guys, Romie here. So this is the final episode of of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 5. This is episode 16. What was it? Final outcome. And remember to please like, comment, subscribe if you're a first time viewer. And if you're a returning viewer and you're already subscribed, or even if you're not subscribed, thank you. But please like and comment on this video. This episode starts off with K. Michelle and Arian. They're talking because Arian needs some answers. One, Arian needs to know why in the hell did K. Michelle go and leave her at her concert venue. As we all know, that was pretty messed up. And as we found out that K. Michelle didn't even go to check on Arian to see if she was actually good or not. So that was also messed up. K. Michelle was just like, you know, things happen. I didn't want the car to be swarmed, whatever. But the reason why Arian wanted K. Michelle there was for one important reason. She wants her to come to her listening party. It's like, oh, so the music's done? It's like, yeah, so I have 1.5 songs. So at this point, we're just like, Lord Jesus, someone get Arian because she's doing too much. Someone get Arian because she's doing a little bit too much. 1.5 songs. 1.5 songs. But K. Michelle says, you know what? We're friends, so I'm going to do you this solid. I'm going to listen to your music or whatever. But I need you to do this for me. You need to invite Joseline. It's like, you want Arian, who's friends with Mimi, to invite Joseline. Okay. Because, you know, Arian's saying, K. Michelle did me a huge solid by allowing me to shadow her. So I'll do her this solid, even though I know this isn't going to end well. Guess who's performing on the stage and doesn't sound like Minnie Mouse? Kelsey! Yeah, because Kelsey has a naturally lighter and higher voice. So, which is fine. But when it comes to rap, people don't want to hear that on a rap song all the way through. So Kelsey found a nice medium. She decided that she's going to do the typical southern drawl thing, like, yeah, but hers more like, which is fine because it fits right with the radio. Am I saying, are we going to personally hear the song on the radio? No. But we got Cardi B and Mariah Lynn on the radio, so it's not impossible to get Kelsey either. Especially the song sounds like it would fit right on what people are currently doing right now. So my whole thing is, why are her parents trying to act like she's really, like this whole D-Lo contract is the bee's knees? You know what is the bee's knees? That chicken. Even though I don't eat chicken anymore, at least that chicken looked like it came fresh off of the grill. It looked like it was actually cooked. It looked like it wasn't no damn fried chicken on the grill. So shout out to Rashida and Kirk for that. We see Scrappy in the background cheesing. Now, Mama Charlene and Ernest are talking to each other because Ernest doesn't have any friends of his own. So he really appreciates the fact that he at least has Mama Charlene. Scrappy is on this whole thing of, you know, it's... yeah, this is all beautiful and cool, whatever. Let's see how long this takes before Mama D comes on. Next thing you know, Mama D is here, but she was invited because they're trying to do the whole, like, bygones be bygones. Mama D ends up apologizing to Mama Charlene because she was doing too much during their conversation when Ernest and Mama Charlene were talking. So she apologizes. Mama D looked like her medication was calibrated very well. Even her confessionals, Mama D seemed like the fun but rational. Because that's what we want. We're not here to laugh at someone's mom. We are not really here to laugh at someone's mom like, oh Lord, really. I like this whole, you know, funny but rational Mama D. But she still has the antics in her now. Don't let the... She got herself a will, which is great. Everyone should have a will. But what she did with that will is she gave Ernest what? $1. $1. That's all Ernest gets. She's like, she leaves her kids and her grandchildren, everything else. But Ernest, because he's still not doing what needs to be done, she's giving him $1. And even Scrappy was saying how, damn, Mama D, come on, that's your man. What are you trying to do here? Stop it. Now, It's funny. Ernest looked like he really wanted to break that glass or that plastic to get that dollar out. Ernest keeps it real. He's like, he knows that he's hurting for some money. That $1 bill looks good right now. So we get to Joseline and Stevie J. And this scene was the most forced scene I've seen on this entire season. Joseline and Stevie J, two people who are supposed to be married, supposed to be lovey-dovey, all that. No, Stevie J saying how it's amazing how a woman that I'm supposed to be married to, that's supposed to be my wife, decides to go and lie about me having kids, you know, rejecting my mom, rejecting my kids, and doing all this other stuff. And Stevie J is right. It is grimy that Joseline wanted to be the wife, but as soon as issues start to occur in their relationship and their marriage, Joseline pretty much cut all of Stevie J's family out of her life. And she wanted so bad to be ingrained into someone's family, but she went and did that to Joseline. And Stevie J is just like, oh, this is a new person. Why is it that you're acting this way and doing this and doing that? I'm thinking, Stevie, Joseline has been acting like this for the past 2 years. Now, we all can agree she's been doing a little too much extra, but let's not pretend that you also play a part in this. Of course, Stevie doesn't care because he knows he's still going to make money off of her regardless. Needless to say, if things didn't end well, Joseline had that rose. She's just like, one baby mama, two kids, 3 kids, 4 kids. However many petals are on the rose, that's how many kids that you have. That's how many kids I'll say that you have. I'm just like, Lord Jesus. And of course, they're calling each other names. This is probably one of the worst relationships, most dysfunctional relationships I've seen in years. Period. Scrappy is really proud of Mama D because, you know, Mama D's song, I done no go in that order. In that order. I must say, the song was what it was. It was what it was. I could definitely see myself. It was what it was. Jock, you did a good job. I fit Mama D perfectly. That's how I'll phrase it. And Scrap was, people were entertained. Mama D is definitely an entertainer. She's entertaining. That's all you need nowadays. And the thing is, though, that Scrap has some decisions that he needs to make, and he wants Mama D to be on his side. Scrap lets Jock and Mama D know that he loves Bambi and that he wants to pursue Bambi. Because they were thinking, wait a minute, this whole Bambi character was done. That was done. Finito. But no. And there's just... And Mama D said, you know what? The prince, he's going to do whatever he wants to do. So it's better I go and support him. Exactly, Mama D. That's why damn, that medication is good. Mama D. Shout out to you, Mama D. You get growth. You get the star for most growth throughout the season. Tiara comes to this room, and this is, of course, where King's party is going to be housed. And it looks great. It looks really nice. I love the white theme, and then, of course, having his pictures and superhero stuff. That's really nice. No, that's why I have my white on tonight. Special occasion. And she goes and brings Jay Nix. Why do I remember his name out of everyone else? She goes and brings Jay Nix, and I didn't even think about this, but KK let it be known that he had to go because she knows that Jay Nix and him and Scrap are supposed to be friends. So how are you dating Scrap's baby's mama? I will admit that would be grimy, and I could see that's actually rational for her to be like, no, he can't. This isn't cool. So he goes and leaves, you know, to keep the peace. Sass comes, and Sass is just happy to have all the women, have all the kids together. It's a beautiful thing. Tiara goes and makes sure that she schedules it with the guards so that Scrap can go and talk to King. And King was crying because he misses his dad. He's used to seeing his dad all the time, and now he doesn't see him at all. He's young and he's old enough to know how that feels. So I really felt bad for the poor baby. They need to do better. They need to do better because these kids, they'll remember this stuff forever. Anyway, Stevie J is on the set, be a spin-off of Moscato or something like that, or like the parent company. And he goes and talks to, what's her name? To Mimi. Their conversation, again, mature. Long story short, they haven't been talking to each other directly anymore. They've been going through the courts because child support is settled. Of course, Stevie J doesn't have an issue paying the child support. Mimi doesn't seem like someone that would be going after him for a lot. She's probably going for the bare minimum. I don't know what the bare minimum is in Atlanta, but they seem good. They honestly are like, look, Mimi's saying, you took me for granted. You're saying that you're not married to this woman, that you were married to this woman, that you're not married to this woman, that it never happened, that you're still married to this woman. I don't know what's going on. What I do know is that I want us to have respect for each other. Again, Mimi is in a relationship of her own, so Mimi's mind is very clear when she's in a relationship with someone else that isn't Stevie J. Aside from Nico, Lego. You know who. And they just agree that they're not going to let Joseline or anyone else get in the way. Stevie J just felt a certain way about Mimi bringing up the child support thing because Joseline implanted it into her head. Well, it's true. Joseline might have been the catalyst, but look what it did. It actually brought you guys closer together. Now, Bambi was brought out to this venue, and she's like, okay, this is great. And Scrappy is saying how, you know, he wants to go and have Bambi do a performance. And of course she's excited about it because it's like, okay, he's finally taking my music career seriously. So shout out to him for that, but this still isn't the steps that I thought. Now, all of a sudden, you have Kirk and Rashida, you have Bambi's moms, you have Mama D and Ernest, you have, who else? Tammy is there, and Tammy, of course, is like, I love love, regardless of what my love life currently is. And even more people come there. And so Scrapper's just like, do I have your permission? Do I have your permission? To all the mobs. Say, you know, I love this woman. I want to be with this woman forever. Are you going to murder me or not? And she says, well, she kisses him. It's just like, yes, yes, of course. And everyone's excited. And even Mama D said, you know what? Even though I didn't want the glass slipper to go on Bambi, I am glad that it was, that Scrappy is stepping up and doing right by someone. So, now Tommy, this was, again, a really weird scene to me because it felt out of place. Tommy's last scene on the show is her going to therapy. And we learn a lot about Tommy. Tommy, she definitely has a drinking problem. She drinks whenever there's any type of issue. Apparently, she likes Scrap. Again, that's why I'm wondering how much of this is acting, how much of this is true. But Tommy's issues, of course, enrooted with her childhood. What the? Dumb gnat. Her father, people say that she's just like her father. And here's the thing. She's been out of juvie. She's been incarcerated multiple times. She actually had her first child when she... What is going on? She actually had her first child when she was in county. I mean, things were hard. There were times where she was just straight up homeless, and so she just ended up in jail, shelters. She had a hard life. Her father was the type to where he wasn't in his daughter's lives. He went to jail like the day she was born or something like that, and so, or when she was 1, and so she didn't see him for 17 years. He finally comes out. She sees him for like 1 day. Next day, he's dead. So, because someone shot and killed him. So she has a lot of anger. She has a lot of resentment. She doesn't know how to handle situations, people. And it shows. It clearly shows. Like, regardless if this is acting or not, there's definitely something genuine about her issues. And so it's just like, okay, we get it. Is this our way of trying to feel a certain way about you so that you can come back next season? I don't know. But what I do know is now it's time for Adrian's listening party. And everyone's there. I mean everyone, all the women are there. And it was funny because Carly Red, I don't know what it was, but she was really relaxed. And again, I kid you not, I told you guys Carly Red and, what's her name? And Betty Idol, that they look very similar. They have both of them sitting next to each other. I'm like, Lord Jesus, one is just the younger version of the other one. That's it. That is it. They are the same person. I'm convinced. I am convinced. And we're listening to Adrian's song. D. Smith is just like, you know, I'm here to support. Arian was saying how shout out to D. Smith because she's definitely respected. I definitely need her opinion, want her opinion, and value her opinion. I'm not going to work with her, but I still respect her. And then you have D. Smith saying, you know, this music is good. I can vibe to this. This is actually good. And everyone's just like, yeah. You know why everyone was geeked out for Arian? Because everyone was nervous. They're like, Lord Jesus, please let this not be trash. Again, it was kind of cool, mellow type of music that fits in what's currently going on. So it's like, okay, Arian. Okay. All of a sudden, Joseline and Dawn come in, and no one's excited about it. Everyone's just like, what's she doing here? Why is she here? Why is she here? Betty Idol and D. Smith do the smartest thing that they've done this whole season. They jet out of there. They realize, yeah, we don't want to be a part of this foolishness, so they go make up an excuse. They bounce. Mimi's like, what is this chick doing here? And Joseline said flat out, she's not happy right now. She's very irritated. She's in a mood. She doesn't want to deal with anyone. So her and Mimi start arguing. And it was interesting because, again, I was like, okay, so Joseline, you wanted to be prim and proper with everyone else. But when it comes to Mimi, because you know Stevie loves Mimi, that's why you go after her. That's the truth. And I hate the fact that I have to go in on Joseline like this because she was my favorite. But let's see what happens in season 6 because I don't know about this. I really don't know about this. And security breaks them up. And of course, there's like double the security around Joseline to make sure she doesn't put hands on anyone. Because all Joseline needs to do is this to a man or a woman and they're knocked out. She has guns. She works out. She's in great, fantastic shape. And she's super strong. But shout out to Mimi. Mimi didn't back down. Mimi was like, whatever happens, happens. Arian is crying because she's like, I can't believe this happened at my party. I'm thinking, of course it did. You invited all those people. What'd you expect, that they were going to pretend to make nice? You really thought that was going to happen? Of course, Carly Red has her fashion line, so that's what she has going for her. Oh, and Tammy's moved out of the house for now. We know they get back together, Waka Flocka and Tammy. Mimi is trying to pursue her careers. K. Michelle has her new business, her hookah bar. I forgot what the other thing was. I'm like, why is this shirtless dude watering K. Michelle's car? He's not washing it. He's just watering. Lord Jesus, K. Michelle's a mess. And Mama D is recording her music video for In That Order. In That Order. And Curtis is supporting her, and so she appreciates that. She knows that she's crazy, and Curtis is still with her regardless. So there's that. Scrap and KK are like, Sass is doing great music. We're going to make sure that the family stays together. Tiara is pregnant. Who? We're going to assume that it's Jay Nix. We're going to pray and assume that it's Jay Nix. Or, no, we're not. We're hoping that it's someone else. Because I heard Tiara has some, or goes and sleeps around with some rich men. So, hopefully it's one of them. I'm sure Jay Nix is doing well for himself, but come on. And of course, Joseline is continuing to pursue her music career and still being flirtatious / dating or doing whatever's clever. And Stevie J is living the life, focusing on his career. And the reunion looks like it's going to be whack. I just putting it out there because everyone's going to be separated. This is going to be whack. But please come back and watch with me at the